Hello, my name is Jackson Kajener with the Cold Lake Regional Chamber of Commerce, and welcome to our interviews with the candidates who are running for the municipal election. Many will remember the Chamber hosting all candidates' forums in person. However, this year, we have taken a new format where interviews with each of the candidates willing to participate will be uploaded to the Chamber of Commerce YouTube channel. I'm joined by Debra Pelechosky, who is running for Councilor in the City of Cold Lake. For our viewers, I will briefly outline the format for these interviews. The candidate will be given 5 minutes to make introductory remarks. The candidate has been provided with 2 prepared questions, which they will be given 2 minutes to respond to. There are 3 questions which have been submitted by our members for the candidate, and they will be given 2 minutes to respond to each question. The candidate will be given 2 minutes to make their closing remarks. For fairness to all candidates, we do have a timekeeper who will be ensuring that responses stay within the time allotments. We will now start with Debra giving her introductory remarks.
Well, thank you, Jackson, and I thank you, Chamber, for allowing this to happen with, doing these videos. I really appreciate that. So, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Debra Pelechosky, and I'm running for Councilor of the City of Cold Lake. I'm married to my husband, Terry, of 31 years. We have 2 adult children that both work and live in the City of Cold Lake. I love the city and everything that it has to offer. That's probably the reason why several years ago I became a volunteer and served on various committees and societies. My first accomplishment was serving on the Aqua Center Society as the chair. Our team raised $500,000, which was donated to the Aquatic Center at the J.J. Parr Recreational Facility on Four Winged. Following the completion of that project, our society continued to look for another project. One day, a little girl about 8 years old approached me and said, "You do so much for everybody else, but what about us kids?" So that's when our society decided to look for another project. And we decided to join in with the city and help design a splash park at Kennesaw Beach. And we were able to raise $100,000 towards that project. It's been fun driving by Kennesaw Beach all summer long and watching the kids play at the splash park. So I'm very happy that we were able to be involved with that project. Currently, I serve on the board of directors of the Cold Lake Ambulance Society. I've been on this board for over 20 years and have filled all positions from public relations up to president, which is the position I currently serve in. Our society governs the operations of ambulance services to all the citizens in Cold Lake and surrounding area. My professional background is I'm an occupational health nurse and worked at an oil company for 28 years. Prior to that, I worked as a registered nurse in hospitals in Red Deer and Calgary in emergency and cardiology departments. I do have past council experience. I have served 3-year terms on council. That's 9 years altogether. I really did enjoy those terms and everything that was involved on being a councillor. One of the accomplishments that one of our council accomplished on one of the terms was we were successful in lobbying the provincial government for funding of twinning of Highway 28 from Cold Lake North to Cold Lake South. I am really glad that we were able to do this. As you watch people drive every day on those roads to go to work, to go shopping, or just out for a drive, I can see how having twinning of the highway has provided proper traffic flows in the city in order to keep everybody safe on the roads. Also, all those years of serving on council, I just want to highlight some of the committees that I've been involved with. First one is Municipal. It's a committee that looks after the trail system that connects the City of Cold Lake to other communities in the Lakeland area. I also was on Lakeland Senior Lodge and Housing. This committee ensures appropriate housing for seniors. Also was on Lakeland Community Development Corporation. This committee supports small and medium-sized businesses with loans for new entrepreneurs that are just starting their businesses. I was also on FCSS, Family Community Support Services. This committee provides grants for community volunteers in support of their projects. So just some of the committees that I've been involved in and some past council experience that I have had. So what do I stand for this term, for being an elected official? These are the things that I believe in very strongly. I do believe in a good, strong local government, reducing costs where possible, promoting economic development and tourism, protecting the natural environment in Coal Lake and surrounding our city, ensuring safety of all our citizens, and assisting the most vulnerable, ensuring accountability to all citizens, and the bottom line for me is holding the line on taxes. So thank you very much for this time, and yeah, I would appreciate your vote in the upcoming election.
We will now begin with the prepared questions. Each candidate has been sent the same 2 prepared questions. And question 1, what is your position on property tax rates in Cold Lake?
Well, I know as a former councillor, we had to review every line item in the budget to ensure that the citizens were getting good quality services while keeping taxes at a reasonable rate, but still ensuring the sustainability of our city. Taxation is always a delicate balance between providing quality services and the future of Coal Lake. Some of those services are snow removal, street cleaning, water and sewer, emergency services, and planning for capital projects. Now that was back then. Fast forward to today with this council receiving the funding on the ID 349 and also the ICF, the Intermunicipal Collaboration Framework from the MD of Bonnyville. Council now can maintain taxes at a rate that is reasonable for citizens, and plus now they can implement the 10-year capital project plan. Projects such as wastewater treatment facility, continue with road improvements, plan for upgrading utility infrastructure, airport infrastructure upgrades, equipment replacement, new public works building, replacement of the RCMP detachment building, and to continue on with twinning of Highway 28 expansion, and an aquatic center for the future. So taxation is very important. Obviously, we have to keep taxes at a reasonable rate for citizens, but it also helps us to keep Coal Lake sustainable for the future for all projects.
Question 2, if elected, what specific goal do you want to accomplish by the end of your term?
Well, the first one is crime prevention. There's so much crime in the area. Every day I hear of somebody, maybe the truck was stolen or there's been a break-in in the community. And I know council has done very good work with providing another member to the RCMP detachment as well as providing dog service as well. And I can see in the annual report that the statistics with having this new member and having that dog service, there has been a very successful, in cracking down on crime and catching the perpetrators and hopefully bringing them to justice. But I still feel there's more to do. And I do feel that, we need to continually keep this as an ongoing issue within the city. And I also know that the Chamber has worked with the city to provide nighttime watch down in the business area. And I know this has been very helpful as well. But I still feel there's more to do. So that's on crime prevention. And my other one I'd like to work on is continuing with twinning of Highway 28. I would call it phase 1, to where it stops now just at the Walmart area, that maybe we can twin it all the way maybe up to the sales. And then maybe phase 2 is to continue on to the sales. But what I would also like to see is twinning of Highway 28 all the way to Bonnyville, which would mean council would have to start lobbying the provincial government for funding for that. The other one would be PILT, payment in lieu of taxes. The city is currently in litigation with the Government of Canada for taxes owed to the city of Coal Lake, and I know there's been progress made on that, and the city has received funding, but there's still a long ways to go. And I feel that the council needs to continue on down that road of litigation.
We now move into the unprepared question segment. Question 1. What makes you qualified to make decisions about the spending of taxpayer dollars and the level of services we receive?
Well, I do have previous council experience, and I've learned a lot by those years that I've spent on council, and just over time, and just even being on the ambulance society, either you're a councillor or just a committee member, you do have to always keep in mind what is best for the city, for the taxpayers, for the commercial businesses, and for sustainability for the city moving forward. And I often believe that it's about common sense. Obviously you can't overspend, but obviously there's things you have to do to keep on growing and developing of the city of Cold Lake, but also remember the taxpayers and how it impacts them.
Question 2. What is the top political issue that you would hope to resolve during your tenure on council? How would you approach this issue?
Well, I have already mentioned crime prevention. I think that's absolutely essential for the city. I know it's also in the surrounding areas, so I would like to know if we can collaborate with the MD of Bonnyville as well. Maybe together, both municipalities working together, we can hopefully reduce crime in the area that is at a point that everybody will feel safe, and that they don't have to feel that their personal or commercial businesses will be perpetrated or broken into, or I think that just that to me is a number one issue in our community at present.
Question 3. What is your plan to ensure that Cold Lake has a vibrant and growing business community?
That's a very good question. With being on council previously, we were always wondering how we were going to assist in economic development. And with COVID and everything like this, and with some businesses maybe having to shut down, and it just sort of saddened my heart that seeing people that have put their whole life savings and all their work into a business and then it not able to be sustainable during a global pandemic. However, keeping that all in mind, I still believe that we still need to press forward. I think we need to continue to increase, that Cold Lake has open doors, that we want to have other people come in and start up their businesses, maybe a big corporation in the future. I do have some goals in my mind how I want to see, how can the city continue to grow. Obviously, some things will work and maybe some don't. And maybe the city needs to invest in having an economic development officer on staff to assist in this area.
And to conclude today, I would invite Debra to give her closing remarks.
Well, again, I would like to thank the Chamber for this opportunity to have this recorded on video and put on YouTube. And of course, I wanted to participate today and hope to gain your vote, and want to be able to serve you in this capacity as Councillor of the City of Cold Lake. So thank you again for not only the viewers that are going to be reviewing this, and the Chamber, and this opportunity. And yeah, I would love to have your vote in October. Thank you very much.
We would like to thank Debra for joining us today and taking the time to answer some of the questions that are important issues for the upcoming municipal election on October 18th.